Low network connection. Let's see. Let me try something, folks. I'm going to go out for a second and come right back in. I'm back. Let's see if this works. Okay. I am in Robert's treehouse, folks. Robert is in our bed resting. So the studio is next door to our bedroom, and I just did not want to disrupt his evening. He's had a rough night, and he's just been sleeping all day. Okay, I'm out in the treehouse. Tulip, come here. Come here, baby girl. She's not coming. She's out on the runway. So, maybe that's a little better. It's not crooked now. Driving me nuts. Yeah, I gotta have balance in my life. Okay, so news on Jack. The ambulance is there to take him to Mission Hospital. There was somebody who needed the ambulance even more it was in a more dire situation than Jack was, and Jack, they're gonna take him to Mission. They're pumping him full of antibiotics to deal with a tear in his colon from diverticulitis. So, describe the treehouse. The treehouse is a 12 by 12 screened in porch. Robert has a little swinging hammock that he can sit in, and he has a little rocking chair. This is his favorite chair. It is a glider, and it's just his little place in the world. He loves it. He picked out the furniture for it. I can't do anything for him out here. I did bring him lunch, and I brought him too much peanut butter, so he gave Tulip the rest of the peanut butter. So he's been drinking his water, and it's all good. So I'm out in the treehouse trying to be quiet and let him rest some, and I'm rocking in the chair. So I pulled a little topic out of the teapot before I brought my stand out here and my magic wand. So I have magic wand, and phone and microphone will travel. So we just came right out here. And this is from a flybaby who says she has problems with starting and not finishing things and how it affects her self-esteem. Well, a lot of times when we push ourselves, we tell you can do anything for 15 minutes and then you get to stop. You can do anything for 15 minutes and then you get to stop. Some people, with their perfectionism, it won't allow them to stop. And they start beating themselves up because they haven't finished. Now, that's some negative thinking. That's thinking that was brought into your life by other people. So, I didn't have enough hands to bring water out here, or tea. So, you can't allow the negative thinking from other people to get in the way of your flying. If you want to follow them, go ahead. But you can't follow two masters. Not that I'm your master or anything, but I'm trying to guide you to a more peaceful life. And if you will just follow our simple directions, let go of those negative things that come into your brain. Figure out where they come from. And just let them go. You will eventually get through your whole house and get it in order. And it's going to change your life. When your house is in order and you're just doing daily maintenance on automatic pilot, amazing things are going to happen. So, for those of you who don't know, Robert got a kidney stone last night. We were up half the night. I wasn't, but I was in the bed watching over him, so I was awake a lot of the times. Although he did get up 2 other times, and that I didn't know about, so I fell asleep. A lot of good I did. And Jack is a firefighter, and Jack is our works with Justin at the office, and it's Kathy's husband, and he got to hurting during the night, and they took him to the emergency room. And so you see, there's Justin's back. So we got three things that have happened. Justin's hurt his back, Robert had a kidney stone, and now. Well, you can tell him he needs to drink more water, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's all I got to say. And it's not my fault. He's been told. I brought him water out here earlier today so he would have some water. No excuses. So when problems with starting and not finishing things and how it affects our self-esteem. Well, guess what? We need to let go of this self-esteem stuff. I mean it. We need to act like we don't care what anybody thinks. Let it go. All you got to do is focus on loving yourself and let go of the negativity that, we've been taught since we were little bitty things. Don't hurt our self-esteem. I think that's baloney, personally. You've got to be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself. And quit worrying about what other people think. Because if you take care of you, the rest is going to fall into place. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So it's all about making mama happy. It's all about making you happy. And you do that by being kind to yourself. When Fly Lady first started, Fly Lady hadn't started. When I first started getting organized, my whole thing was I wanted to become a devoted, loving wife to my sweet darling, and I wanted to get organized. And I wanted to get organized for him because he deserved to have a wife. Was I doing it for me? Oh, no. But in the process of looking on that New Year's Day at the only thing that had ever helped me, and that was Pam and Peggy's card file system, looking at that, I started beating myself up because I couldn't do it for very long. I had totally overwhelmed myself before I ever got started because I didn't just have a little 3x5 card file box. I had a card file tray that was 18 inches long. It had 500 cards in it. And it was crazy. I was overwhelmed before I ever got started. And with that, I thought, I'll just make a list. I'll do away with the cards and just make a list. Well, the list was just for the daily stuff, was the front and back of a sheet of paper. Over 50 things. So, I decided to pick one thing. And what I realized from looking into these cards and just pondering on why the system had never worked for me for very long, what was the epiphany was I had never established a habit. And when you don't establish habits, you don't have a foundation. So I picked one habit that January 1st, that one habit that was going to make me happy, that was going to make Robert happy, and it was going to help our little family. And that was keeping my sink clean and shiny. Now, I spent 2 hours shining that sink. That sink was beautiful. It was a 25-year-old sink. And I don't have any lights on out here. It was a 25-year-old sink. And that sink was crusted up with calcium deposits because we have hard water. And it literally needed to be chiseled to get the calcium deposits off the edges of the sink. So I scrubbed it. I took an SOS pad or a steel wool pad, and by the time I finished, my sink was shining like a brand new penny. Now, it wasn't copper looking, but it was stainless steel, and it was beautiful. And when you have a sink that is that clean and shiny, guess what? You empty your dishwasher so that you have a dirty dish disposal unit. And when you put your dirty dishes in the dirty dish disposal unit, your sink stays. It's a literal tongue twister. Your sink stays shiny because your dirty dishes are in the dishwasher. So you see, establishing that habit and working at it. Now, what else I realized is that psychologists tell us that it takes 21 days to establish a habit. They're wrong. They're wrong. Because we, as sidetracked people, when we miss a day, we automatically want to throw the baby out with the bathwater and say, I can't do this. We beat ourselves up and say, this isn't going to work. So what I decided was I gave myself a grace period. Yep, you heard me right. I gave myself a little grace period of 10 days, 10 or 11 days, 10 days, because there's 31 days in many months. Let's see. January has 31 days, February has 28. This is how I do it. My granny taught me this. January, February, March has 31 days, April has 30 days, May has 31 days, June has 30 days, July has 31 days, August has 31 days, September has 30 days, October has 31 days, November has 30 days, and December has 31 days. By your knuckles. Top knuckle is the 31 days. So that grace period, I would just jump in the next day, just like I didn't miss a day. And you know, by the end of January, my kitchen counters have gotten cleared off, because when you have a sink that is that clean and shiny, you got to have clean counters too. And your stove gets cleaned, your oven gets cleaned, your radio linoleum gets scrubbed, and you have a wonderful house. I mean, I remember cleaning that yellow linoleum on our floor. I remember cleaning it. And I got down on my butt and sat there and scrubbed it with a scrub brush. And I got it clean. I got it clean. But you start with that one habit. And by the end of January, that kitchen was always ready to cook in. It was a beautiful thing. And you know, when your kitchen is clean, the rest of the house sort of falls in line. So it was a wonderful, wonderful way to get started. Just a wonderful way to get started. So let go of your self-esteem. Just think about taking care of you. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks of you. Think of loving yourself. That's what flying is all about. Finally loving yourself. And when you do that, the rest of these habits, January's habit, shining your sink. February's habit is decluttering 15 minutes a day. March's habit is getting dressed to lace up shoes when you first get up. April's habit is making your bed. May's habit is moving just a little bit every day. June's habit is drinking your water. July's habit is swish and swipe. You know, we got a great swish and swipe sale going on. Swish and swipe package with the vase is $19.95 with three rags. Add a couple more vases in there and a couple more toilet bowl brushes, and you have an amazing deal here for if you have 3 bathrooms in your house. Every bathroom needs a swish and swipe package. So August habit is our laundry. We're getting ready for school to start. So we need to go through clothes, see what the kids need to get started for we got to get our laundry caught up. September's habit is our before bed routine. This is the most important routine of the day. October's habit, we're going to tackle our paper clutter. We've already done a lot this week, but we're going to do some more in October. So let's keep on top of our paper clutter. When your mail comes into the house, it has to earn the right to come into your house. Shred it or put it in a burn pile so that you can roast some marshmallows over some, have a nice bonfire in your fire pit in the evening and get rid of junk mail. Somebody told me one day there's no junk mail. Yes, there is. And it piles up on your hot spots because you don't deal with it. That's the do it now principle. Deal with the mail as it comes in the house. Let's see, that's November. November's habit is menu planning and cooking. And last year last November we had a lot of fun doing that. I made you a bunch of videos, and now Leanne is here. She got moved in on Thursday. We're waiting on the moving truck to get here this weekend or Monday. Amazing things are going to happen. Because when November gets here, and she's even going to have a cooking school. She's going to have, and we're going to have it at our office to get people ready to be able to teach her system. So it's a great idea that she's got. And then December is all about pampering you, pampering yourself. I can't believe how good the light is. The light is coming from the ridge, so it's just coming through the trees. It's kind of wonderful. I might have to do this some more. So folks, let go of that self-esteem and just concentrate on loving yourself. Just loving yourself. Because if you love yourself, this is what the Bible teaches. To love your neighbor as yourself. If you can't love yourself, you can't love your neighbor. So let's do something today to pamper ourselves. Sunday, I've been working on the emails that go out on Saturday night for Sunday. And our pamper mission for this next week, you're going to love it. If you're not getting our emails, you need to sign up and get our emails. So let's have some fun. It's date night. I think we're going to be staying in tonight because Robert, he never takes a nap. He never takes a nap in our bed. Now, he'll take a nap out here. He's got a footstool, and he'll slump down in this chair, and I'll catch him sleeping sometimes. I try not to bother him. He's retired. He's been retired 10 years. And he works around the house a lot. And we're not used to seeing he or Jack sick, or Justin. It's just been hard. So this is Robert's little treehouse. It's his treehouse, not mine. You know, it'd be girly if I had a tree. Well, it wouldn't be because I'm not a big girly thing. Y'all have a great evening. Let's see where our time is. If I spent 15 minutes, I got 20 minutes here. So folks, don't beat yourself up if you don't finish something. You can go back to it later and set your timer, do another 15 minutes. Eventually, it only takes 2 minutes to do some things. Just 2 minutes. And Robert doesn't like to get on camera with me. He doesn't like to do that. But he got on camera Thursday afternoon. He was working on pumping up Mark and Leanne's bed, and he waved from the distance. But, you know, he doesn't like to be on camera. He doesn't want to be on Facebook at all. But that's him. Well, everybody have a good day. You can finish some stuff, but don't beat yourself up if you don't finish, because it rolls around every month. Every month we go to, every week we have a different zone. Every month we have a different habit. Every day we have a different focus. Today's Friday. It's date night. Clean out your purse, clean out your car. That's what it is on Fridays. and gas is pretty cheap. You can probably fill up with gas. But gas is usually higher on Friday than it is on Mondays. But you need to remember to get gas. Saturday is Family Fun Day. Sunday is Renew Your Spirit Day, because if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So you need to take some time for you. Some time for you to just take a break, kick back, and enjoy an afternoon nap. What would somebody say? Something about Robert? My Robert has a bike ride tomorrow. Yeah, my neighbor is a bike rider, and he goes on trips. He goes on bike rides all over the place. So y'all have a good day, and enjoy your family, your significant other tonight, and get it on the calendar. Plan what you're going to do. Think about next week what you're going to do. And say a prayer for Robert and Jack and Justin. You know, as Justin said, Mom, it comes in threes. It just comes in threes. I love you all. I will see you later. Yep, I'm in a different place.